Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Taranaki Foodies with Area 41 on the Most FM, the tastiest food show on the Most FM. We love to talk about food, garden hospitality in our beautiful Taranaki, and about people who are involved in all the above. And of course, music. We're recording our show live on Facebook group page. Look for Taranaki Foodies with Area 41 and join in if you like to peek behind the scenes. Also, we have a live on YouTube, and sadly, they said that the Periscope has been cancelled from March, so we probably wouldn't go on this channel. But hey, we're still here with you on the friendly ways of the Most FM. I'm Alina Williams, your local foodie, socialite, and selfie taker. And my co-star is Warwick Foy, fellow broadcast educator and the president of SOBA, Society of Beer Advocates.
Are you by one? Is that right?
Our videographers today, Olive Foy and Nathan Griffiths. And our guest today is Laksari Fonseca, the president of Taranaki Multi-ethnic Council. How about we listen some music first? First of all, we're going to listen to the Golden Chimes, which is Sri Lankan band.
Are you mine? Is that how you say it? Are you boy? Are you mine? I never knew that, I just thought that.
Yeah. But you're amazing, you pick up languages so easy, and it kind of stays with you. A lot of people see it, pronounce, and forget, but you learn them. So, how many types of greetings? Which languages can you say the greetings? Wow.
But that's all I can say.
But that's much more than the average kid, for sure. This is a very sweet song. So what era is this?
60s and 70s. And then they changed their name to Super Golden Chimes.
I suppose it's just on celebrity culture.
Why did you come?
Ah, so it's almost like a,
Yeah,
where have you
girls
been?
singing. Yeah, girls singing.
Yeah, it's almost like the synthesizer. Where the hell have you been? It's very kind of a dance. It's almost like Pacific. Thank you for choosing that. This is just like it's not a radio show.
No more review. I didn't take any notes. I wasn't really in the mood. I didn't have my mojo. Now I know what. Yeah, now I know what you want and what you're thinking.
But you still can do it.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it straight away. But you have we'll have to leave. And I didn't do it for a purpose to let everyone else do it.
Yeah.
Did you do the review?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You sent it to me.
I'm like
We're all a little bit behind, but we will definitely do it. Welcome back to the studio of Taranaki Foodies and Area 41 with Alina Williams, Warwick Foy, and our guest, Laksari Fonseca, the president of Taranaki Multi-ethnic Council. Good afternoon, Laks. Can I call you Laks?
Good afternoon.
Oh, so you are from Sri Lanka, and we started our show with a Sri Lankan song. What is the song about?
For the girl singing to the boyfriend why he hasn't come home.
It's very typical, isn't it, in any culture? Where the hell have you been? But it sounds much nicer in Sri Lankan language. Well, there is no such a thing as Sri Lankan language. How many languages are in your country?
The majority or the actual language of Sri Lanka is Sinhalese, but most people speak English, and the Tamil people speak a different language again. So those are the three main languages.
I always get into geography, but that's okay. I know there's been a lot of conflict between the two groups of people, but do they speak each other's languages at all?
Not really. Some people can, most people can speak, the Sinhalese people can speak English, and the Tamil people speak English, but the Sinhalese and the Tamils don't speak the other languages very much.
And just a way to get cricketer to the show is like I always try to do.
Yes.
If both ethnic groups are in the Sri Lankan cricket team, how does that work?
They will speak in Sinhalese and English, but there has been only very few Tamil people playing cricket in Sri Lanka. You must have heard Muralidharan, who was the top bowler at that time in the world, and took 800 wickets. So he would speak in Sinhalese most of the time.
And last question, Alina.
It's okay.
So, given the conflict in Sri Lanka, long-standing conflict, he would be. How does it work in the team? He would be obviously the best bowler in the world, so they want him in the team. But was there conflict with him?
No, there was no problems within the cricket team or in any other sports. Most of the problems are created by extremists from both sides, but generally the people get on quite well.
I love how our foodie show touches geography and traditions and music because it's all interconnected, part of a culture, isn't it wonderful? I have studied some things about Sri Lankan music before coming to the show, and I found some interesting things about musical traditions. There were several styles that came from the folk music, and one of this most fascinated me was the style of music is still used in exorcism. Can you imagine? Style of music still exists that used in exorcism. Lux, can you say something about it?
Yeah. It's exorcism is still practiced in certain areas of the country, but it's not a very popular thing. And most of the music is drumming,
Okay.
and it's very quite loud drumming.
Also, it's like creating the rhythm so people can go like breathe.
Into a trance.
They go into the trance. Okay. And another thing that was fascinating was music for pageantry. Apparently, pageantry is a huge thing in Sri Lanka. Just pageantry is everywhere. There's specific type of music for pageantry. What is this?
Again, there's a lot of drumming. And pageantry, when you say pageantry, there are processions in Sri Lanka. We call it the Perahera. There are lots of elephants, and the famous one is Candy Perahera. A lot of tourists come to see that, and you might get about 80 to 100 elephants in the procession.
Wow, it's amazing. It's almost like a Soviet Union parade, but with elephants. We use tanks, but elephants. Where am I? So much cooler.
Like rockets.
Well, it depends what elephants do with their trunks. So it could be quite dangerous. So multiculturalism in Sri Lanka is huge. There are so many different nationalities and ethnic groups, and also religion-wise, there is Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, and Islam. So how does it work in the country?
The majority is Buddhism, it's about 70%, and then the Hindus and Islam and Christianity. There are about 8% Christians, and that's generally from the Portuguese and the English and the Dutch. But there is very little conflict, but occasionally it flares up.
Oh,
I said that the two ethnic groups, meaning Tamil and Sinhalese, but perhaps they are the same ethnic group but different cultures.
Yes,
Right. And do they align to any one religion with the other?
as I said, most of the Sinhalese are Buddhist.
Right. Right.
so your education started as the boy from the Christian school. So you're Christian, right?
Yes.
So you studied at St. Sebastian College in Moratoa. It's amazing what I can find on internet about people. So how does it work in predominantly a Buddhist country to go to the school, which is Christian school?
Yeah. We were under the Portuguese for 150 years, under Dutch for 150 years, and the British for 150 years. So most of these Christian schools were missionary schools started by the Christians, by the Catholics or Anglican or Methodist. And in certain areas of the country, you get all these Christian schools, but not very many. Most of the schools are run by the state, and they are generally what they call the Buddhist schools.
Wow. Oh, in some way, it reminds me of Taranaki because Taranaki is also a melting pot of many, many cultures. We have representations of more than 17 countries, I believe. And you are the president of Taranaki Multi-ethnic Council, which is a huge organization that can incorporate so many people from many cultures, and some are less active, some are more active. But I mean, what is the role? What is your vision of the role of Taranaki Multi-ethnic Council?
Yeah, it's what you call unity in diversity. Because when I came to New Zealand, that's in 1973, there were not very many cultures represented. And since 1973, we have seen a big increase in various nationalities, various countries represented. And the Multi-ethnic Council in New Zealand was formed in 1994, and the first extravaganza and the parade was in 1995. It was started as a small organization, and the first get together we had was inside a building, just the West Point complex.
Which doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
Is that where the big shop is?
ShopRite, not ShopRite, Spotlight.
Mm. Wow, such a piece of history. I wish we have a historian who will write this book about the history of Taranaki Multi-ethnic Council.
Who was the driving force that got it going?
He ran for name. He was the inaugural president, and it was his idea which started the Multi-ethnic Council.
And it probably was a good idea because it was a good time to start it. Now there are so many nationalities and they are looking for just a contact point, maybe to have some friends, find some friends, or join events or showcase their culture. Which on the 6th of March, we are going to have an event which is called Taranaki Multi-ethnic Extravaganza. And this is a huge celebration of diversity. Lars, can you explain more about the event?
Yes, we start off with a parade which starts at the clock tower in Implement, and it takes about half an hour. And at the end of that, we all gather at the race course, and there's a lot of music. Various countries are represented, dances and music. And the last year we had about 30 different food stalls from various countries, and also craft stalls.
And we as foodies, Warwick, I, and Mark Dickey, who is our CEO from the Trust of the Most FM, they all did like a live from the last multi-ethnic extravaganza, and it was so well accepted by the stallholders. Because some people actually are not the owners of the business, they cook in their kitchen their traditional food. So once a year they come out and show and share it with others, and this was so amazing because some food, Venezuelan food, I have never tried it anywhere else, and something else I forgot what it was. What was your favorite work?
Oh, that's a good question. I do remember our good friends from Seletar.
Oh yes, Singaporean.
Singapore was delicious, and also Alicia, the West Indian food.
Yes,
But they were all good.
Alicia McDonald's, right?
And I just recall walking around, and Mark and I would just bowl up to them and say, "Give us some of your food," and we'll talk about it. And they were all so trusting and happy to go to play along with us.
We basically work for food. So the same as with any cultural issue, culture is a complex topic of language, of music, of arts, of food, and of crafts. So all of these are going to be represented in our multi-ethnic extravaganza on 6th of March, 2021. So please join us, find us on Facebook, and ask questions. I believe that's correct.
Yes.
It's always our most settled month with it, but has it ever been a really bad?
Twice in the last 26 years.
And what happened on that day?
We still had the entertainment, but then it was a bit of a flop as far as the food stall goes.
It's just impossible.
I think it's a perfect time to listen to the second piece of music, which I have chosen. It's a beautiful ballad by Ajit Bandara, Taruka Niwa. He's a really interesting guy. He came from a very modest family. His father died when he was little, and before, I I don't know, but in Russia it would be major. The main breadwinner dies, and yeah, so the family was kind of struggling, and then he became famous singer. And it's almost like ballads from Middle Ages, isn't it?
Like a tenor, huh?
Yes, yes. Something that you can imagine a guy playing a lyre in a tenor.
Yeah. Is there a Ukrainian prison sketch in the parade?
Yes.
Just one, only one?
Sometimes someone joins me, and very often I represent two countries, and so whoever is around me with a housemate, I give them a second flag. Last time it was a wonderful lady in the water that was musicians, they hold a Russian flag, and me and my assistant at that time, we were holding Ukrainian flag, and we were kind of showing the unity. There is no war, but peace between two countries, at least in Taranaki.
Yes.
I went to the multi-ethnic extravaganza in Morgan City, and they had a food stall. So I then organized one.
Yeah, well, I have to sacrifice some other responsibilities. I wouldn't be able to do the parade and food stores, but I think the parade is quite good. I did Russian food stores a couple of times, but I organized a big group of Russians. And the first year I went in minus, and the second year I went zero, and my husband said, that's enough. Do something else. Do something less time consuming.
What do you mean by zero?
Means that all the expenses I put in, they returned to me, but I didn't make anything.
Do you know the people behind the Sri Lankan food caravan that goes to the farmers market?
Yes.
Who are they?
They are actually Muslim people, Farika and Faisal.
But they are Sri Lankan.
Yeah, they're from Sri Lanka. Islam. We discussed earlier.
Yes.
So there are three Muslim families from Sri Lanka, and his, the husband is working for history engineering, and the wife does most of the catering for our functions and the Sri Lankas are get together. She does the catering. But they have a stall at the extravaganza.
Yeah, I remember seeing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can give them a word as we can invite them to the show. It's very calming.
Good music today.
Yeah, very good, very calming music. No one is nervous, no one is crying. Anyway. How many Sri Lankans are in Taranaki?
There would be about 70 families.
Oh, okay, well, it's quite a good presence.
Yes.
Is it the same representation in religion? Like some of them Christian, some of them Buddhist?
Yeah, mostly would be Buddhist again. There are a few Christian families and three Muslim Islam families.
Welcome back to the studio of Taranaki Foodies and Area 41. With Alina Williams, Warwick Foy, and our guest, Laksiri Fonseca, the president of Taranaki Multi-ethnic Council. It was a beautiful piece of music, and I had chosen it, so Lux never heard it before. Lux, did you listen to the words? What did they say? Well, I can tell you that according to the music, it was a love song. It must have been a love song.
That's pretty sick. Is that is Naka Tiana, Sri Lanka?
It was Taruka Viva by Ajit.
Oh, sorry, that's the album that I read out. So Ajit Bandara, so that sounds Indian.
No,
It is Sri Lanka. Okay. And you know the artist?
no, I don't know the artist, but the name is typical. So my surname is Fonseca, which is Portuguese, but Bandara is typical singer.
Oh. So Sri Lanka has been called the pearl in the Indian Ocean because of its shape and location. It has strong influence from Southeastern Asia, Arabic countries, and Portugal. So you said the surname is Portugal, no? Portuguese. Mm-hmm. Wow, it's interesting. How does it affect the food?
Because we have been under so many other countries, so it's a mixture of Portuguese and Dutch food plus Indian. There's a lot of Indian influence as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the food is generally very spicy. And most of these people from Portugal and Dutch people came in search of spices, so that Sri Lanka or Colombo was their stopping point.
population of both Colombo and Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka is about 22 million.
Oh wow, that's huge.
And it's a small. It's
It
relatively
is.
small.
Yeah, it's 1/4 the size of New Zealand.
One fourth the size of New Zealand.
It has a lot of mountainous areas, so it must be quite densely populated.
It is very densely populated. It's a very conical shape towards the center of the country. From sea level, it goes to about 6,000 feet.
So I know that there are wonderful festivals in Sri Lanka, and the performances are really amazing, like harvesting and things like that. How many traditional celebrations in Sri Lanka each year?
It's quite interesting because there are public holidays granted for each region.
Oh, and you have many.
May have many. So Christians get Christmas, Easter, and the Buddhists get their birth of Lord Buddha,
Mhm.
and the Muslims get their Ramazan.
So, if you're going to the church, which has more celebration, you get more time of work. Is that correct?
But Sunday is a holiday anyway.
Okay.
But in addition to that, as I said, Christmas and Easter, they're given as holidays for the
The
Christians.
metropolitan population of Colombo
Yes.
is 5.6 million. So what is it like? Is it a heaving, sort of typical city that I've been to in India, or what is it like?
It's very difficult to imagine for a Western person. Just to give you a comparison, Singapore has a population of 5 million, which is the same as New Zealand, and the size of Singapore is the same size as Lake Taupo. That gives you
Can you imagine people like
One of
that?
those skyscrapers.
Yes.
Wow. It is an island, right?
Yes.
So in every island there is something endemic there. Is there any endemic food ingredients that grow under there, or?
No, I don't think so.
Mhm.
But most of the spices that are grown also in India and
Mhm.
other
Well,
Asian countries.
When I lived back home in Soviet Union, one of the best tea that we ever bought was tea from Ceylon, which is the old name of Sri Lanka. So I imagine this is the place full of tree, camellia bushes and tea plantations. Is that true?
Yeah, because tea is grown in the high country.
Altitude.
Yes.
Mhm.
So you get what they call the high grown teas, which is the best tea, and then there's a mid grown tea, and then the low grown tea. So the quality of the leaf and the taste of tea varies according to the elevation. So the British, when they first came, they planted coffee, but after some years, they had a disease, and all the coffee plantations died. And then
Oh,
they started growing tea.
so tea wasn't originally part of Sri Lankan.
No,
No. Oh,
the
introduced
British
species.
introduced species.
So how do you recognize the best tea by the look of it?
Not by the look of it, by the smell you can.
Okay, tell us, tell us.
I can't explain exactly, but like wine tasters, there are tea tasters in Sri Lanka. So they go to the auctions and they just taste the teas coming from various parts of the country and they bid for the tea. And like wine tasters, they just take a sip and spit it out. And then depending on the quality of the tea, they pay a higher price. And the tea that goes to the Middle East are the strongest tea. It's not the tastiest tea, but it's very tough.
What's the famous brand of beer in Sri Lanka?
Beer,
Yeah.
so what we call the Nooralian beer, that's I can't really guess the name of the town.
Is it a typical Asian lager style?
Yes.
I mean, it's so hot here, that's what you want.
Generally, I mean, the alcohol content is consistent in most Western countries, but in India, you get some beers which are 12% alcohol.
12%. It's a lot. Isn't it?
Yes, because wine is about 40%.
So, what is the name? What is this name? You said that the name of the beer was Murali. Murali. Is it a female name or is it the name of a city?
Name
Or
of the city.
name of a city? Okay. But it sounds really beautiful, Murali.
Nooralian.
No, really. So, is it a tea drinking culture in Sri Lanka? Does everyone drink tea?
Yes, definitely, because very often they have a cup of tea in the morning. Some people will have a coffee when they wake up. And in breakfast they will have 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then when you go home at 5 o'clock.
Oh wow! Is it a consumed drink? Hot or
Hot. Yes. And some people like it with milk, some people like it.
so? Tell us about the green tea and black tea. Black tea is fermented tea,
Yes.
not fermented tea, and the green tea is not
Correct.
fermented.
But it's a very long process making of tea. Or they pluck the tea, they let it dry, then they roll it, and then dry it again. So it's like making wine. It's a very complicated process. And the most popular and the famous tea is Dilma
Mm, from Sri Lanka.
from Sri Lanka.
Ah, this is so fascinating. Can we listen to this little piece of music and let Warwick to introduce?
Sure. So this is a song called Anna Allen, and the artist is called his name Victor Ratmaker, and the album is called Sabina Sake.
Wow, you're doing so well. I think so anyway. So this is a very old. This is one of the oldest, most popular artists. I could possibly fact he was born in 40s, and it is all over the internet.
Still there?
I don't think so.
But you should say oldest because I'm also born in the 40s.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Are you still working there? Or have you
I have retired, but still some of my old clients for the mischief.
Interestingly, artist's life is kind of peak very often. It just goes up and
Yeah.
down.
And some artists you know, hang around too long and then their voice breaks and
Oh,
It's still alive.
it's still alive.
Um, the
When he was born, did I make a mistake? What you do?
he released an album in 2018. Oh, a soundtrack. So,
Yeah, because I've noticed that he had lots of albums at different eras. But this is similar to the folk music because how I understand the interpreted in the beginning is am I correct?
so that type of music is not the pop music scene, you know, more
So some,
classical.
it's something that you could hear in a wedding in the mountain village, I
Yes.
suppose. It makes it beautiful because the diversity on the most is a huge thing.
as the next song that I'm going to play is Blues Rock.
Yeah. So, believe it or not, we've been talking for 35 minutes.
Right?
Yes, it went pretty easy, didn't it? Is there anything you'd like to emphasize or tell us just before we wrap up?
So this is to be broadcast or just no?
No, it will be broadcast.
No, I see.
Yes, I think maybe something more. The times of market extravagance and the dates or you sponsorship.
Yes. So after this song.
Yes. From the music I hear, Sri Lankan music, people are very happy there and very hospitable. Am I
Yeah,
correct?
very hospitable. Yes. But they have gone through some very difficult times. We had a 30-year war, right? Everything was disrupted.
Welcome back to the studio of Taranaki Foodies and Area 41 with Alina Williams Warwick and our guest, Luxury Fonseca, the president of Taranaki Multi-ethnic Council. So, Luxury, we're just about to wrap up the show. Do you have anything to say again?
Yes, our extravaganza next year hopefully will be sponsored by most of the local businesses. And with the cancellation of Women, we expect a bigger crowd than usual. Normally, we get about 8,000 people on the day, and it's a gold coin donation. There's no entry fee. And there will be again about 30 to 75 food stalls and craft stalls. And last year we started having a large TV screen in the food area so that people who want to watch the performances can watch it while eating.
Oh, that's awesome. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing some more ethnic food at Taranaki Multi-ethnic Extravaganza on 6th of March 2021. It starts with a parade at 10 o'clock in the morning from the clock tower, and then it goes to the race course where there is a cultural performance, craft stalls, and food stalls. And few words from our sponsor, Area 41 on Broad Street. Look no further for corporate events and groups get together. Great platters, fantastic wine list, creative cocktails, and rare desserts. Book now to avoid disappointment at the busiest time of the year. Thank you for listening to Taranaki Foodies with Area 41. Now we are going to take some selfies and post them on Instagram and Facebook. Tune in to 100.4 FM every Saturday at 4 p.m. Remember, there is a live recording of this interview online on Taranaki Foodies with Area 41 group page on Facebook. Meet you next Saturday at 4 p.m. on Airwaves. Bye-bye, my gourmetarians.
Bye-bye. And before we say bye-bye, I'd like to ask how many people are in the Ukrainian section of the march.
Well, last extravaganza, the person with Ukrainian passport, there was only one person with Ukrainian passport, it was me. But other people were supporting me who were actually not Ukrainians. So we have some other supporters, and it was lovely. So please join if you see someone who struggles with their flag, because flag and the title of the country sometimes very heavy to carry.
Yes, nicely said. If you've never been to the multi-ethnic extravaganza, I highly recommend it. It's a wonderful day. And the best thing about it, I think, apart from the wonderful food, is a way for the residents of Taranaki to show their support and welcoming of all of the different ethnicities that have come to live in our region. It's very heartwarming.
Well done. Awesome.
And we'll go out with the track that I heard on a trashy film that I was watching on Netflix, featuring Jason Statham. So if you know him, you'll know it was trash, but it was very entertaining. And I like the song, and it's by a band called Black Pistol Fire.
I would like to know your definition of trash, because I love Jesus
Formulaic, grotesque levels of violence.
Yeah. And he always had a hot girlfriend from Eastern European country. This is so funny.
He never gets a bullet. Like, there'll be 10 people shooting at him, the bullets will all go past
Yes,
him, and then he'll just go.
and the whole battalion died. But I think he does it with such a taste that it's actually.
I like he's staunch, he's serious, but he's little takes the piss.
Yes. It's also good looking.
I think he was a boxer or a football player.
Yeah, he came from the sport background, but obviously he has some brains, because he shows in some dialogues and interviews. He's a clever guy. And I mean, how many sportsmen we have? Not everyone was able to transfer their career into the other type of entertainment, which is shows. Yeah.
His things are always entertaining.
Very much so.
And that's fun.
And there's also food in it as well.
Yeah.
So after this food program, it's music after the music.
Yes, we normally have a show at 5 o'clock, so we have enough time to run all the advertising. But I don't think that it is program for this one. It's here going on holiday.
I think he is, because he wasn't that last week either.
So normally we have a guy from Auckland.
Okay. Got a lot of stuff to do.
I am surprised that you couldn't get that on YouTube, that singer's name I gave you.
Oh,
I wonder.
I asked you for music pieces. You could have sent it to me if you would use your computer skills as engineer.
It was on YouTube. I think you should pick it up.
Oh, I'll let work to find it. You can go up. Or is it shoes that you're wearing?
Oh, he's growing more.
This happens with my son too. One day I just woke up and I told a person in the house.
Next time.
Yeah, Lux was talking about someone who just won the voice show in Sri Lanka.
Television show.
Like an expect.
Yes. Yeah, I think.
So I would suggest everyone move here and take the photo of us. I really like. We can stay here for a change. How about you move there? Stay here for doing something. Just waiting for you. Oh, this is a new location. I love that. It's soft.
Everywhere I see her, she's taking.
Yeah.
I got so tired that the last 2 weeks I actually didn't take my phone with me. In fact, I'm so used not to take phone. Today I had a lunch at 11 o'clock and then I forgot the location.
You didn't come for that barbecue the other day, did you?
Which one?
My friend connection.
I meant to come, but I missed it. Yeah, sorry for that. I actually wanted to do that.
Good.
I wanted to do the social media coverage thing, but then I didn't put it in my calendar. And whatever I didn't put it doesn't happen. Yeah.
When you started in the heaven, when started 2 o'clock, but I didn't.
I'll check my timetable.
No, there are no students looking, but I think they mainly did this year the holiday because some of those students can't go home now. They're stuck here. Right. Yes, I think just by invitation. Yeah. Did you notice that the mayor's mother has passed away?
No, which mayor?
I saw it in the paper today. I assumed because it was Mrs. Golden, I saw. And then the notice
So I
says
paid you
mother
on
of
7th
Neil.
of November, right? They pay you up to that?
So what do you do? You're studying?
I'm not speaking.
Yeah.
I'm looking from the business time. Okay, I have some kind of movie there. Okay, which one do you go? That's the one in Fitzroy.
You missed 1 week, right?
And they got one in Fitzroy, one in Waika, one in Inglewood. And the main one is in Inglewood.
Oh,
The central.
yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Whole morning factory.
Yeah. I learned
So today,
Yeah.
today I'll
And you have given up teaching? No, it's
I
not.
will pay you.
Okay. So Hiran's
20th.
children went to Sacred Heart again.
Yeah, I've only been on it 2 years. How many Quran and then do you know where Tracy and Sunny?
Yes, we don't call him Sunny. He is called him Sunny. He used to be a medical rep, right?
Yes, that's
I'll pay you.
so he is here like
Because Fernando is like Smith.
he is Sri Lankan though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's married to a Kiwi.
Yeah. English.
Because we know their parents very well. Their parents and he were
At the same time.